What's going on, everybody? Get the mic over here. There we go. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to find yourself. Welcome into the Venator Trading 10K to $2 million funding challenge. It is Tuesday, November the 14th at 7 a.m. New York time. And we're here every day hunting A-plus setups, trying to take down these funded accounts, get funded, get payouts, stack accounts. So glad you guys are here. Welcome in. The stream is sponsored by Bespoke Funding Program, one of the best firms out there right now. They are absolutely killing it, doing a fantastic job. And they help support the stream here to keep everything free. Free streams every single day. We also do a 10K account giveaway every single Friday. So hopefully we'll see you back Friday, if not before then. I'm going to go ahead and just apologize this morning. My allergies are crazy. I feel good, but I just have this throat clear. I have it every day, but it's just, I can just tell today it's going to be a rough day with allergies. Coughs, clearing my throat. The Claritin is not working. And if I take Benadryl, it just knocks me the hell out and I can't function. So it's just something you just kind of have to deal with and live with. I'll try and catch the mic to mute if I have to cough at all, but we'll see how that goes. Big day today in the markets. We've got CPI news coming out this morning. So pretty much no trades. Pretty much no trades until after that news drops at 8:30. So we're just chilling. I don't really know what there is to look at or to do. Maybe you could look at a cross pair to trade, like pound Aussie or pound yen. But anything with the dollar, you're just going to want to probably stay away from right now until after the news hits. There's no reason to try to do anything. There's no reason to try to capture a move. There's no reason to try to guess what's going to happen. You can see the dollar is just consolidating here on the 1 hour time frame. It's just engineering liquidity. That's all it's doing. We've got, we can see here on the 4 hour time frame, we've run sell side liquidity. We've popped back up into this higher time frame consolidation after running the sell side liquidity. Now we're coming back into the bottom of that range right now, retesting it currently. If this thing wants to go higher, my ultimate target, as you guys know, is up at 108. We'll see what kind of movement CPI gives us today and in what direction it wants to go. If inflation numbers are super low, if they come in under or way under, I'm guessing the dollar tanks pretty hard. If they come in at expectation, I don't know. If they come in, if inflation numbers come in hotter than what they expect at all, the dollar's probably going to pump pretty aggressively. I think if inflation comes in where they expect or it comes in hotter than what they think, then the dollar's probably going to pump pretty hard. But who really knows? It's the market. The market's going to do whatever the market's going to do. And you don't know, no one knows what manipulated numbers they're going to show us today, because they are going to be manipulated. If you think they're not manipulated, you're just naive, man. These numbers are completely manipulated. We're heading into election season. The current government needs to appear to be completely in control of the situation, which we know there's not one party that's in control of any situation. It doesn't matter who's in power. They all want you to think they're in control. They're not. They just create messes and then try to fix the messes that they create to make themselves look good. So we'll see. My guess is that inflation numbers will come in where they're at or under. But we'll see. You know, you just never know. Don't gamble. Don't trade right now unless it's a non-dollar correlated pair. Pound yen, pound Aussie, euro yen, pound CAD, euro CAD. I don't know, just something else besides a dollar correlated pair right now. There's no reason to try to find something besides that. There's no reason at all. You can see pound yen. If we're looking at pound yen, let's just talk about that for a minute. Also, it does appear the stream is working really good today. No lagging on any laptop or phone here. So I'm assuming everything's good on y'all's end too. Pound yen has these highs up here, and then they've got these really all-time highs. Well, not even all-time highs. All-time highs are way up here. Not getting there today. But that swing level right here probably is where we're going to reach for pound yen. Yen, the Bank of Japan keeps trying to very poorly support its currency. And it just keeps getting weaker and weaker against all of the fiats, euro, pound, dollar. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's good for trend. You can just trade and buy and not have to worry about anything. Let's see. So if I was looking, we've had a pop up, grab some buy side liquidity there. What's up, H and Corey? Corey says there's no lag today. That's good. Good to know. Pound Aussie has reached back up into this weekly fair value gap. Top of its consolidation range here. This is where I said if I was going to sell, this is where I would be looking to take sells from. So potentially maybe above that swing high. But just really anything inside of here that we see displacement lower on pound Aussie, we could potentially look for some sells. Now, to me, I would probably want to target this old high, which is, and it's still about 50% of this, 50% of that is somewhere right in here. So potentially maybe a pop up, a little Judas swing up into that, and then maybe look for sells off of that. No reason to anticipate. Again, accumulation. You want to see price accumulate, which is what it's doing. This is a daily time frame, and you can see it on the weekly just a nice, beautiful little accumulation box here. A pop up into that fair value gap on the weekly time frame. Now the weekly does go up a little bit higher on its fair value gap. The daily is a little bit cleaner here. So a pop up into this fair value gap or into these bullish candles, which is a bearish order block. So you have up moves and then immediate displacement. That's an order block. So anything up into 50% of that or potentially that order block, potentially you could just sell that and view this as accumulation, manipulation above liquidity, and then displacement, targeting at least 50% of that range or the other end of the extreme. But that's going to be a big, this is daily chart, so that would be a big long swing position to hold. I would not be interested in doing that, but would be looking to see if we could capitalize on a Judas swing up, take out some buy side liquidity, and then reverse back down into these ranges. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't really have, I know what I want to see. I want to see liquidity get grabbed. I want to see displacement away from that and a fair value gap left behind. I'm so tired of my allergies, man. They're a pain in the butt. What's up, Cisco and Ben A? Good morning, Vince. Smash the likes up, everyone. That'd be great. Vince says, my YouTube is flooded with ICT appreciation videos because he's leaving. He has the whole industry on a string. Fair play to him. Dude's, like I've always said about ICT, brilliant marketer. And he's just saying goodbye so that he can say hello again at some point in the future. And, repump everything that he's some new concept or just, whatever. We were taking bets yesterday. When's his first tweet going to be? We all know he's doing supposedly, he's doing the 2024 Robbins Cup trading challenge. So we'll see. He's going to be posting. He's going to be posting if he's doing that. So he's not going to leave that alone, especially if he has any success. If he gets anywhere on the leaderboard, he's just going to freaking blow it up. I don't know what he's going to do. Will he win the Robbins Cup? Will he take first place? Will he even place? Will he blow up his account? Who knows, man? Will he show everyone if he blows up his account? Will he have multiple trading accounts with Robbins Cup and he can just, go full port in opposite directions? Can you do that? I don't know. Is that what he's been doing all along? Who knows? We only get to see the winning trades. So, how easy would it be to have two different computers open with two versions of MT4 or TradingView, and you just play opposite sides of a fair value gap, record the screen on each, post the winners. Need a dose? You don't have to have MT4 to manipulate your results. You can just literally have two different computers with two different trading views, with two different screen captures, and you're always going to be right. Always. I'm not saying he's a bad trader. I'm not saying that he's been scamming people. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying there's ways to show your accuracy is higher than it might necessarily be. That's all I'm saying. The hype will be even bigger when he comes back. That's the reason he's leaving, because he understands that. He's no dummy. Get honey for allergies. So I've heard that, and I have tried that. And I've used local honey. I've taken a teaspoon of local honey every day for like 6 weeks. Nothing has changed. And I'm not just going to take I just don't want to eat honey. Nothing has changed. So I have heard that advice before. And I'm not saying that it does not work for some people, but for me, I have seen no improvement. I don't just want to eat a bite of honey every day. Patrick Whelan is smoking. Is Whelan doing the Robbins Cup? I never heard. I thought Patrick only said that he was going to bet $100,000 that he bet ICT that he wouldn't win the Robbins Cup. And Patrick was basically like, that's just a free $100,000 for myself. The rants would be epic if he won the Robbins. That would be A+ content. People say he has multiple laptops and goes long on one, short on the other, which is why when he streams, you can hear him on the laptop clicking. You hear me clicking on the laptop. It's not necessarily clicking. It's just very easy to, when he puts up the needed doses, if you don't do it live, then it's very easily manipulated. And it just doesn't have the same validity as if you just did it live and let everyone see you do it. Now, I know he's done some live streams, and I know he's done okay on some of them. But quite honestly, a lot of his live streams have not gone so well. But whenever he has need a dose, they're always perfectly accurate. He's not a dummy. And he's been doing this long enough to understand exactly how to, I don't want to say cover his tracks, but he's been doing this long enough to cover his tracks. And if he wanted to, he would know how to hide that. He would know how to get around that. He's not an idiot. Obviously, he's not an idiot, man. The dude's built a trading empire. Have you tried a liver cleansing tea for allergies? All right, well, listen. Y'all understand that the liver is a cleanser? Your kidneys are cleansers. Like, your body is set up with cleansers. I don't want to get on this rant, but I will. Your body has built-in cleansers already. You can't cleanse the cleansers. They already do that. I have friends that are like, "Oh, you need to do a juice cleanse." I'm like, "Bro, you're just giving yourself diarrhea. You're not doing anything special. Your body is already taking care of what it's supposed to take care of." Probably my allergies have more to do with just my eating and exercise habits more than anything else. So that's, it just is. I'm not doing a cleanse. I appreciate the advice and thank you for reaching out. And I'm not trying to bash anyone. If you do cleanses, more power to you. But they're placebo. They're not doing anything. They're not. Top Step recently A-booked Patrick Wieland. Well, I mean, that's a pretty smart move because the dude definitely knows how to. And did he say that? Did Top Step come out and tell everyone that they're A-booking Patrick? I was driving but heard Brad's secret sauce to trading. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. It's already there. It's already there. Now, I'm not saying that people can have kidney problems or liver problems. Obviously, our bodies can be broken. We can get diseases and you can get cancer or whatever, and things don't work the way they're supposed to. I get that. But in general, I'm talking about in general, your body is completely designed and created to care for itself, take care of itself, reproduce itself. It is, it's fascinating how well the human body is designed. It is the most intricate of systems, of system management. And for me, it's one of the greatest proofs, not to get too religious, it's one of the greatest proofs for intelligent design, whether you want to call it, whatever your religion is, you call it God, whatever. The human body, the human brain, the human eyeball, like just pick out some system inside of your body. And explain to me how that is not just completely designed by an incredibly genius designer. It's fascinating. Enough of that. We don't need to talk about all that right now. All right, trading. Let's talk about trading. Gold. What are my expectations for gold? My expectations are for gold are that it stays below this daily order block right here. We've traded down into this fair value gap. Our next draw on liquidity for gold would be this fair value gap underneath here. My anticipation for gold is that if we get a pop up, it's going to come into this order block and then fail and continue to fall down. We would need to see then a violation of this daily order block here. It's inside this fair value gap right now. And you can see price has been supported off of it. But it's failed to go higher. We'll see with CPI. CPI is going to kick this thing around pretty aggressively here. In about an hour, we're going to see a very large candle be printed. And we're going to either get a wick or a big old body. And who knows what it's going to be. But my anticipation is that it may wick up, pop up, and then drop. Or it may just drop from here. It's already inside the wick to body of that order block. So we'll see shortly what that wants to do. Pound Aussie and pound yen still running up. So again, on pound Aussie, I'm looking for a run of this liquidity up here at 93.41. And then after we run that, some displacement down to the short side to run back into this range down here. So that could be a potential setup there. I don't really want to look at any other cross pairs. If there's other cross pairs you guys are watching or looking at, let me know. We can pull them up on the chart and we can chat about it. John says Top Step had Patrick Whelan on for their daily live trading and he was doing great. Then and there, they A-booked him. He was already funded. I know he's been funded for a while and he's been getting some massive payouts. So, I mean, they've probably been A-booking him longer than that. But dude's a good trader. He's just very brash and cocky, and he knows how. Again, all of these guys that they have that magical it of not only being a good trader, but knowing how to entertain and to build a social media following. So not only are they monetizing themselves off of their trading, they're monetizing their brand, their personal brand, their personality, their charisma. Whatever their shtick is, and his happens to be a cocky, brash, arrogant dude who just kind of flies off the handle and has, he's a little bit crazy. And he just leans into that as much as he can. Raja Banks, ICT, name any others, Lambo Rowell. I mean, whoever it is, you just pick somebody. They use trading to build their own brands, and they need to have some modicum of trading education and ability to be able to validate that. Ben says, what's your thoughts on Bitcoin, Brad? We're going higher. Are we due for a pullback? I'm definitely short bias on Bitcoin. I know trying to call a top probably isn't the wisest thing. Excuse me. We filled in this weekly fair value gap from over here. We have completely filled that in. There's another small, tiny fair value gap on the weekly time frame up above, just a little bit higher here into the 43,000s. I don't know that we get that high. I think we are due for a pullback, and I still think we're going to come back down here into the 25,000 range at some point. I don't know when. But I definitely think we're due for a pullback, and I've been looking for some evidence that it's topped out, and it could be that we filled in this weekly fair value gap here. We'll see. A lot of times you get these big moves on Bitcoin, and then you just get chop for a couple weeks, and then you'll get a big move, and then you'll get chop, right? Look how many days of chop we got. So it likes to go to key levels, hang around key levels, and then make a move in another direction. So I think, now that we've closed in this weekly fair value gap, maybe this is where it reverses. I'm just going to need to see some lower time frame, I guess, displacement confirmations there. So I don't think Bitcoin is going to go to 60K or 80K. I don't. I think it's more likely to come down. If it wants to go that high, it might. But I think it's going to want to come down first and rebalance some of these moves. But we'll see. It's Bitcoin. Who knows? John says it didn't appear that they had A booked in previously. Could be. Venator Trading. Thanks, Cisco, for typing my name out there. I'm not sure what you needed. Just reminding everyone. I don't know. Or just telling me to shut up and just talk about trading. Maybe that's what it was. He said it was mainly a shtick. I mean, it's obviously a shtick. He's an entertainer. People want to be entertained. That's what they want. I need to find a shtick because I don't have a good shtick. I need a good shtick. That's what I'm missing. What's up, Nick? Welcome in, man. Ben says Bitcoin is horrible to trade. Just get huge wicks out of nowhere. Yeah. Ansab, good afternoon, my friend. Hope you're having a great day. Red, hello. Welcome in, man. It was during your list of traders, marketers. Oh, yeah, I don't have a shtick, man. I'm not putting myself into that category. Number one, so far this year, at least on the live stream, I've not shown any sort of real true validation as far as success with trading, being able to stack accounts. So really no true viable trading success on the live stream. Still profitable for the year and still doing well. But here on the live stream, it's not. The last 3 months have been pretty brutal, actually. So your shtick is the Leo Ben Candle Company. And it's almost completely empty. It's so sad. I might be able to get another day out of this. Maybe 2, but I don't think we're going to make it to the end of the week with my Teakwood and Oak Leo Ben candle. And it's so sad. I'm very disappointed. Although it is just about time for the holiday candles. And it's about time to get some holiday. I need to get a holiday. I need to get a holiday. What do you call this? Frame? What is this called? A frame? I don't even know what it's called. An overlay. That's what it's called. That's the word I was looking for. I need to like holiday theme my overlay. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be fun. John says, I'm your shtick. That's awesome. Bastion was also your shtick. I need maybe one of you can just go create a fake account and you can just be my ongoing chat entertainment. That's what we're missing. That's what we're missing. We probably need to put up a poll for the 13 viewers. I remember when we used to average like 30 to 40 viewers a stream. Boy, that's really whittled down. Happy to if you could pay me. I ain't even getting paid, my friend. We need to do a poll. Let's do will CPI send euro dollar higher or lower for the day? Now let's just do the first 15-minute candle. Yeah, I think loss of viewers due to lack of profits. People only want to see the quick wins, not the long-term truth. I mean, that's obviously 100% correct. And I could start scalping. I can start scalping. I could go down to the 5 minute or the 1 minute and start scalping. And I just don't. I mean, that's just not what I really wanted the stream to be about. I wanted the stream to be about a longer term discipline that it takes to reach profitability. I'm not just here to grow an audience and entertain as much. I mean, I hope that it's entertaining to some degree. It's hopefully not just incredibly boring the whole time. But I really want I really wanted to demonstrate what it takes to just consistently show up and execute and be self-disciplined. I've shown you discretionary trading, and I've shown you that it's not all it's cracked up to be. Well, at least not for me. It's not that great. So yeah, scalping. Maybe we'll do a challenge where we just scalp like we did with discretionary trading. Maybe my true calling is a scalper. But the stream really was born out of this desire just to help people, not to help them see, like, you show up every day and you have to be disciplined. You have to do the same thing every day. And sometimes it's going to work great. And then there's going to be seasons where it does not work. And you can't get frustrated. You can't go on tilt. You can't revenge trade. You've got to manage risk. You've got to take your time. Just keep plugging away at your system. That's it. Oh, by the way, Corey. Is Corey in here? I think he was one of the first ones in. Corey posted a huge phase one. I think it was 2 different phase one accounts got closed out today. But correct me, Corey, is that right? Let us know, man. Did you pass your phase one? I forgot to talk about that at the beginning of the stream. I saw that on Discord this morning when I got up. Corey was fading Venator and passed his challenge. So there's your strategy. Just tune in, fade Venator, and you're going to be fine. True consistency, true long-term consistency is built pretty slowly. It's typically not built quickly. Oh, you couldn't see the poll. Well, I don't know what that issue is. The polls are up on what I can see. And 6 of the 12 people currently watching have voted. Oh. Here's my take on Eurodollar. We can talk a little bit about what I think might happen. I think CPI runs last week's high, and then we get a big drop. So my analysis is we get this pop up above last week's high into this order block. So these two red lines are the fair value gap, the monthly fair value gap. So we're trading up. I think we fill in the fair value gap on CPI. Maybe you get up into this weekly fair value gap here. Maybe. You get a spike above the monthly. Maybe up above. Maybe you get up into this. Maybe CPI gives you a high of the week here. Above last week's high. Fill in the monthly fair value gap. Tap into this weekly, daily fair value gap inside the weekly. I mean, all of that. I think you're going to get a pump up, and then you're going to get a drop. I think it's going to grab this liquidity up here above these highs, and then we see a sell-off. That's my expectation. Now, if the numbers come out immediately, we may not get the pop and may just tank. But I think this is going to go up, and then it's going to tank. And I think 105.16 there. I still think that this monthly draw, this monthly fair value gap here is eventually where we go, which is 104. 0460 and then 04. We'll see. We've had this displacement through violation of the order block. We're coming back up into this. Now that we've had a break of structure, you're coming back up into the fair value gap. If this were a 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, this is where you would be looking to sell a run of liquidity, displacement away, fair value gap inside a breaker. Last down close candle, run liquidity, displace away after you've run liquidity, fair value gap. So it's a monthly, but same concepts, same price action, same market structure as if this were a 15-minute candle or a 1 hour time frame, So I think maybe we get a pop up and then we get a drop. That's my euro dollar CPI, pre-CPI news. We'll bookmark it so that if I'm accurate, I can save it and put it out on a short and show everyone how smart I was. And if we're wrong, we're just going to forget I ever said it. You actually need to close poll. You can't close the poll. Pretty sure it's still up. Everybody thinks this is going to go higher, which means this is probably just going to tank. It's herd mentality. Everyone's expecting euro dollar to fly. No one's going to expect it to just completely fall off a cliff here. What's up, Tian? Welcome in. Close chat and reopen it and should pop up again. Oh, you actually closed it on your chat stream. I see what you're saying. What's up, Mr. Alfie? Welcome in, buddy. Retail indicator. That's the retail indicator, is everyone thinks that euro's going higher. So go ahead and just click sell right now. Just sell euro dollar. You don't even need to wait. And you don't need a stop loss. Just click sell. And then just wait for it to drop down here into 106,650 and close it out and wait for your payouts. All 18 traders make the whole market. Well, even though it's a small sample, I bet we're not alone. I bet the majority of traders right now are anticipating euro dollar to fly up here on CPI news. Max leverage, easy money. Wouldn't be surprised if ES went up. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. It has been, NAS and ES have been running pretty hard. Oh, man, everything is just very quiet. Very quiet and very consolidatey. One interesting thing here on DXY and Eurodollar. You can see DXY hasn't taken out this low here, right? So this low from Thursday, November 9th of last week has not been taken out on DXY. And if you look at Eurodollar, it has already taken out that buy side liquidity here from Thursday the 9th. So very interesting that that happened. Could be a possible SMT. Basically, it's just divergence. It's meaning when you have a correlated pair that's not moving together, when one pair takes out a liquidity level that the other pair did not take out, sometimes, not often, sometimes that can be a signal that there's a reversal in play because one grabbed liquidity and one did not. And so then it can reverse off of that liquidity grab. The other one just didn't need to grab that liquidity. So DXY didn't need to grab this liquidity to go higher. Eurodollar wanted to grab this liquidity so it can go lower and take out all this sell side down here. Just interesting little concepts when you're working with correlated assets. That is a technique, a tool that you can keep in your bag and just be aware of. It's not 100%, it's not foolproof, but it's just another tool to have. This is going to be a boring week due to news. Yeah, there's a lot of news this week, so you kind of have to sit on your hands. I will say, though, tomorrow, GBP has some CPI news coming out, but you could trade Eurodollar in the London session. You could trade Aussie dollar tomorrow morning during the London, and then you need to wait during New York for the PPI and the retail sales to come out. And then Thursday, the London session is probably going to be fine to trade. And then you're going to need to wait for unemployment claims to come out. And then Friday, there's really no news that I would be worried about. Well, there is some final core CPI numbers for Euro around 5 a.m. But today and tomorrow are probably going to be kind of boring. We'll see. We might be able to find some setups heading into Euro dollar, pound dollar tomorrow night or tonight, I guess, for me. Y'all's day is about done for a lot of you. Oh. About 45 more minutes. We got to kill time for another 45 minutes. Where's my shtick? I need my shtick to get us going. So it looks like we can close this poll down because, I mean, if you're going to vote, you voted. If you didn't, you didn't. 10 votes. 8 out of 10 think this is going higher. So we'll see. John says Thursday, ES managed to put in the only red day since October 27th. Bears were severely punished for it with an 80-point monster short squeeze on Friday, extending the streak to ES for 9 of the past 10 days green, which is the largest streak since November 2021, where ES went 19 green, only 2 red. It's interesting. Tian Botha says 14:43 here. South African times are great. Morning for London. Yeah, trade London in the morning. Have some lunch, trade afternoon New York, the New York morning session, and then you have the New York PM. Yeah, South Africa, man, you guys are set up. African countries can trade literally from dawn to dusk. You get all of the great sessions, all of the great time periods. Us over here in the States, if we want to trade London, you just got to set limit orders, or you got to sacrifice your sleep to get up in the middle of the night to trade London. And I just am not willing to do that. I will set limit orders, but that's all I'll do. What's up, Bakan? Good afternoon, my friend. Welcome in, buddy. Cisco says, that's it. I've sold. Just sell it. Full port. This is financial advice. It's not. This is financial advice. It's not. You should sell euro dollar right now and pound dollar. Everyone thinks it's going up. And you know, if everyone thinks it's going up, then it can only go down. There's your trading strategy. Yeah, the Asian session, not always a great. It just, Asia often just consolidates unless there's some kind of major like yen news or Aussie news. Typically the Asian sessions are just generating liquidity to be manipulated in the London session. That's pretty much all Asian session's good for. Y'all don't need to be in, you don't need to trade every session. I think that's the thing that I used to think. It's like there's always an opportunity to be making money. Well, technically, yes. But the reality is no. The reality is no. AU is okay. Sometimes AU is okay to trade in the Asian session, but not always. It just depends. To me, it's not worth sitting around and waiting for and trying to take time out of my evenings to just watch probably what's going to be a choppy session. No reason to sit there and trade at that time of day, at least for me. OnSub says it's odd considering majority of people live in Asia. Yeah, a little bit. Cisco, there's always opportunity to make money, but also to lose it. There's just times when it makes the most sense to try to be looking for a setup. When the volatility is going to come in, when is the volume going to come in, when are the news events going to come in, what's the rest of the world doing and anticipating. If you're an ICT guy, when do they turn the algorithm on and off? I think they turn the algorithm off on the Asian session. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out. Even algos have to sleep. Well, I mean, they've got to cleanse them. They've got to turn them off and cleanse the algo. Because the algo, it gets junked up. And they've got to go in and, clean up the code. It gets buggy. So they've got to, they got to give it the new orders for the day. They got to give it the prices that it's got to get to. And at what times it needs to get to those prices. So they have to code all that during the Asian session. And so they just turn it off and price doesn't do anything. If you didn't know that. John says for CPI days, you got to trade the traps. They don't always happen though. If you don't know where the trap is, you are getting trapped. Except for the times when there is no trap. Run virus checks. That's it. They've got to run the virus check. Turn the machine back on. Please. Clear the cache. Yeah. Defrag the hard drives. Reboot 3 times. clear your history. Don't need any of that on while the algo is going. I remember when defragging hard drives used to be a thing. Like you had to regularly defrag your hard drive. I don't think that's still a thing. At least I haven't had to defrag a hard drive in a long time. But that used to be like the thing. Like safety check the plugs. John giving us some gems here today. Here's an example of CPI days. Last month's CPI day, ES dumped 33 points instantly, trap number 1. Squeezed out 24 points, trap number 2, and then sold 60. So displaced lower, reversed, and then continued to displace lower. September CPI day. Oh, wait, I missed something. The old hard drive. Yeah, before the solid state drives, yeah. I used to hate watching the hard drive. It took forever. It gave you that little graphic, the little bar graphic, and it was like, you had like all these little like lines where it was corrupted or something, right? You had that bar that went across, and then inside that bar, you'd have like really clean spaces, and then there'd be like a chunk, like right through it. And then there'd be some more, and then another chunk, and then another chunk. It's funny. September CPI day was more straightforward. ES sold 20 pips. Trap number 1 rallied 35. Saw a quick 25-point flush, then rallied 60. So it trapped him twice. It was the double trap. Sold it, reversed, sold it again, and then heavy reversal. What I never understood, how does it know what is wrong, but it'll let it get wrong? It's like, man, if you can see that it's happening, why just let it happen, hard drive? Why you got to show me a picture after like a month of how bad you got screwed up, and then when I tell you to fix it, you go in and fix it? Why not just fix it? Why not? Why even let it get there? Come on, man. It's all a simulation. None of it's real. None of you exist. My mind is just creating all of this for myself right now. Man, my stomach is growling. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Oh, let's see what the weather's doing over here. What a nerd mom insult, John. I defragged your mom's hard drive. Oh. Welcome into the stream, all the new viewers coming in. Up to 24. Click that like button if you haven't. It does help the stream out. And we haven't put in the Discord. I don't know if everybody here's in our Discord channel, but I could probably pop in a little Discord. Excuse me. Here's a Discord link. If anybody's jumping in and is not on the Discord yet, you can click that link and get to it. My work productivity drops so much when you stream. So I do have a shtick. I'm not sure if it's a good one or not. You got to keep up with the chat, and that's definitely where the lack of productivity comes in. Is the activity on the chat, because it's not on the charts. We know that. It's not on the charts. Oh, this pound Aussie trade is what we're looking for. Is called a turtle soup. This is an ICT concept wherein you're just looking for a range to be created, and then you're anticipating and you're selling the manipulation, anticipating the reversal. And so you're just looking to, you just have a limit order set above. You could probably protect it up here above that, that order block. This is a daily time frame though. To really capitalize on it, you would probably want to not have such a big stop loss. And for me, you can anticipate the turtle soup and then just wait for the lower time frame, like see the displacement, grab liquidity, and then see a sharp displacement away. That's your signal. And then you could use that lower stop loss to really target some bigger runs. Can't be missing the jokes. We're all here for the jokes, man. That's the only reason anybody tunes into Venator Trading is for the jokes in the stream. We need some new characters to show up. That's what we need. I need to do some more giveaways. That's when all the characters show up, is for the giveaways. All right, about 30 more minutes, and then we can actually start thinking about taking a trade. Working on developing the new Omar character. Oh, I'm very interested in hearing about the Omar character. Where's Omar from? Let's get a little backstory creation going here. At least one 15-minute candle. I'll let the first 15-minute candle run. See if it's just running liquidity, or if it's a big strong body close. So I'll wait for that first 15-minute candle to close after CPI for the dollar pairs. Other pairs, everything's just kind of holding off to wait to see, I think, what they want to do with the CPI news. Everything is just consolidating right now. There's just nothing moving about anywhere. Classic CPI day. Boring, boring, boring until somebody lights the fuse and sets the rocket off. He tried to scam you last Friday. Oh, that guy. Yeah. I know Trader Omar. I think he's actually in the stream, and I've seen him in here before. But Trader Omar, he just happened to try to scam the system, and he got caught. And I haven't seen him back this week, but I have seen that guy in here before. I've seen Trader Omar in the stream before, and I think he was just he thought he'd scam it, man. You got to get more creative, scammers. I mean, one cursory look through the list It doesn't take, I mean, that's no effort at all. Just very, very poor attempt. The triplets. Yeah, the Ferguson twins, man. That was a classic. The Ferguson twins. Start making Twitter accounts. Yeah, it's going to be hard because you got to switch back and forth. You got to like log in and switch accounts. You got to keep the chat going. That's a lot. I'm going to go get some more water because my throat's killing me. I'll be right back. All the Twitter accounts going to have random names. That's why I need the week. Got to be creative. Yeah, we'll see what you come up with, man. I'm excited to see. I guess that's true. You just got to be able to switch quickly to that YouTube account after you win. Because I'm not going to give you long, Cisco. I'm not going to give you a long time. I'm going to give you maybe 15 seconds after the draw to get in the chat and tell me you're there. So you're going to have to be quick. You're going to have to be quick. And here's the other thing, though. If, let's say there's only 30 viewers, but there's 60 reposts, we know somebody's overloaded the system. So you're going to have to kind of like finesse it a little bit, because the live viewers has to be fairly close to the reposts, because if it's way overblown, then we know somebody's flooding the system. So you gotta plan this out pretty well. You and John, man, you guys are giving away all the secrets to these scammers. Did anybody else pick up the $11 50K Top Step account? I'm gonna try my Nigerian Prince long locks uncle hat for a bit. Yeah, I mean, you gotta try it on, see how it fits. You gotta try it on and see how it fits. I don't have the moral gray area in my life to do that to people. I just don't, man. My good conscience would not let me rest easy. I don't know how people live with that. DXY is still leaving behind this liquidity low while Eurodollar has tapped into it here. taking it out. All the chat thinks this thing's about to fly up. We just started the new hourly candle here. Yeah, we'll see. Last week's high. I think we run last week's high, fill in this monthly fair value gap. Maybe get up. Maybe we get a sharp dig up, and then I'd be looking to sell that off. I think this is still. I think the dollar is still going to be strong, even if it gets a little bit of a pump down through this liquidity. I think it's still. We'll see. Nothing to do but wait and watch, because anything right now is just a pure and utter gamble. It's all a pure and utter gamble. Oh. Back in my youth, I might have, though, but then I didn't have the brains or energy to do it well. Yeah. I think that's why a lot of them are getting caught, because they're just young guys trying to scam the system, and they don't put any thought into it, and it's obvious. Be clever. I would let me acknowledge and be impressed by the cleverness of your scam. Like, don't just go for the obvious. It's too obvious. Show some initiative. Take some pride in your cover your bases, man. Like, dot your I's, cross your T's. Let's go. Let's see some ingenuity. That's something to think through and plan out. All for this small little 10K account. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's it's a 10K account. I'm not going to put a lot of effort into this. Don't know. Cisco says, yeah, I think I once saw a Reddit post, a scammer text someone with a scam, then on the next response mixed up with another scam. Did I get the? I did not, John. I did not get it. I'm going to wait. I bet they have a Black Friday sale come out here in the next week and a half. Every firm is going to do a Black Friday sale. And then you've got Christmas right around the corner. So they do discounts all the time. I just forgot to do it. I just forgot to do it. Whoa. What happened to the camera? All of a sudden got blurry. Man, this would be a great time to have some royalty-free YouTube music playing in the background just to kind of break the silence. It's John's shtick, man. He's got to be the dad joke guy in how to talk about money. Oh, are we done rated? I hope so. Let's see. Man, I think it's gonna be a beautiful day here in the Houston area. Not that you all care, but the high today, it's gonna be partly cloudy or partly sunny. I don't know how you want to look at that. And the high today is 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. That's 19.4 degrees Celsius. So not cold, not hot, maybe on the cool side. I'm going to ride my bike today. I'll probably have to wear a good jacket. Miserable. Why is it miserable? Is it cold and wet there in the UK? Isn't it always cold and wet in the UK? Isn't that kind of like the thing? But for us, let's see, right now it's 60 degrees out and it's dry and I see a little bit of sunlight coming in. Not much. It's still kind of cloudy out. It's been raining here quite a bit. But man, let me just tell you, the next 4 to 5 days, 4 days is going to be absolutely just gorgeous. A high of 70, 71, 73, 74, all with like sunny skies, no chance of rain. It's going to be just beautiful. And then next weekend for Thanksgiving week, we have more rain coming and a cool off. But I'll take it. I'm a fan of the colder winter weather. I like the colder winter weather. Cape Town's pleasant. What's the weather like in Cape Town? You guys are opposite though, so you should be in your summers right now, right? Isn't that the way it works in the southern hemisphere? The winters and summers are reversed or something like that. So you guys, we're heading into winter. You guys should be heading into summer, right? So you're like in the springtime heading towards summer, I think. I might be wrong on that. Probably am. Always, basically. No chance of rain is basically unheard of. It's just like, is it going to be 70% chance of rain or 60% chance of rain? Do you guys ever have just pure, no clouds in the sky, sunny, beautiful days? Does that ever happen? Or is it like, no, it's just always at least either fully cloudy or partly cloudy all the time? Oh yeah, definitely going to be good bike riding days. The next week and a half, the next week or so is going to be great for the bike. I'm definitely getting it out. Nice short summer and nice winter. That's cool. Oh, nice long summer, nice winter. Cool. Our winters in Houston are cold and wet. We don't get snow in February. It freezes and we have ice everywhere, which is worse than snow. You can't drive on ice. You can drive on snow. So it just rains. It'll get down into like the low 30s and it'll just rain. And then overnight it drops down into the 20s. It freezes everything and you wake up and there's just literally ice everywhere. That's the sucky part about Houston winters, is for about 3 weeks. If it rains, it's just going to freeze and then it's miserable. John, John, what kind of question is that? You have an English accent. Oh gosh. Mancunian, not southern like London. I don't what's I'm gonna need to listen. There's got to be some audio examples on Google. Mancunian. I've never heard Mancunian. That is a new word for me. Mancunian accent. Oh, it's Jamie Tart. Jamie Tart from what's the guy's name? Coach Lasso. That show. Is London more proper or clean or what? I need to hear this. So is Mancunian Manchester? Like that you're from the Manchester area, so Manchester accent is an urbanized version of the South Lancs dialect. Okay. It's crazy. I'm going to listen though.
Just finished trading for the day. You want to see how I did it?
No, I don't.
Hello and welcome back to this British accent series. Today we're back up north and we're looking at the Manchester accent. So who is going to help us? This is Cora. Cora is from Manchester. That means she's a Mancunian, or some would say a Manc. Hello, Cora. Hello. There are many variations of the Mancunian accent, so what we're looking at today is just general, all right? So the Mancunian accent is a northern accent, but there are some specific features, specific for the people from Manchester. And if you're trying to achieve a Mancunian accent, then perhaps you want to look at being a little bit more nasal, more nasality in your vocal placement, and perhaps over-enunciating some of your vowels. But first, let's look at some of the dialect that you would use. So here are some words that you might hear in Manchester. Chuddy, chewing gum. Can I have some chuddy? Could I have some chewing gum? Miver, trouble. Sorry to bother you. I'm sorry to trouble you. Gagging, thirsty. I'm gagging for some water. I'm really thirsty for some water. Dead, very. Oh, that were dead good. Oh, that was very good. Mint, excellent. That were mint. That was excellent. Skriking, crying. Stop skriking. Stop crying. Brew, cup of tea. Do you want a brew? I'd love a cup of tea. Strop, tantrum. She had a strop. She had a tantrum. Snide, tight. Don't be snide. Don't be tight. Hanging, disgusting. Oh, that were hanging. Oh, that was disgusting. Sound, decent. Oh, he's sound. Oh, he's decent. Buzzing, excited. I'm buzzing about tonight. I'm excited about tonight. Out, anything. Have you got out? Have you got anything? Excellent. Now let's look at some of the vowel changes that we would hear. Firstly, the short vowel Cora.
Is that accurate or not, Cisco? I don't know. Ted Lasso, that was the name of it, not Coach Lasso. I couldn't remember what it was. John asking for a hookup on the chat. That English accent's got him going. We'll try to keep the jokes to a limit while Cisco's out. Train spotters, I could do the same thing with all Ozark stuff, probably. Mr. Alfie says the whole accent has to be the worst. Just flatten any vowel on the word. So I'm going home down the road would be said in Hola's arm off from darn word. It's fascinating. Well, we've managed to kill an hour and a half on the stream today without doing anything of real interest. But we have learned about some Mancunian accents. So that's always helpful, I guess. I need to get this. Let's get that forward. What happened? Oh, wow. Well done, everyone. Good job. Thanks for being here and doing nothing for the last hour and a half. It's good to have a place to be able just to do nothing sometimes. To do the Manc accent properly, it helps if you adopt the swagger. Just think of the Gallagher brothers from Oasis. Oh, okay. Super helpful. Oh, that's it. Just do that. Nine more minutes and we can be done with this mess and we can start watching price action. Everyone thinks this is going up. Everyone thinks this is going up. Do. Can you please give me a challenge account, Venator? Ask and you shall receive. Cisco, is that you? Who is that? Who is that? Cisco will be right back. Oh my gosh. We'll see how fast he can switch back and forth. That's going to be the true test of Cisco's technological prowess here. How fast can he interact with his own scam account? We could double viewers and likes. That's so true. You guys could totally help me scam the YouTube algorithm here. Just create multiple accounts. Everybody get on. Keep them running. Multiple tabs. Keep the chats going. Get all of the messaging. Why didn't I think about this earlier? Man. Could double our subs. Oh man, we've been slacking. Those words from that video I've heard and used most. Well, that's good to know. You never know. And that video was 6 years old, by the way. So that's just a very common slang, I guess, even 6 years later. Or maybe it's not. Maybe you used to use all those words. Oops. How far away is Manchester? Like, what's the geographical distance we're talking about from like London accent versus Manchester? Like, how far is that geographical divide? Give me some context. In kilometers or miles, I don't care. I'll figure it out. Because like here, I don't know. Like, there's not a big difference between like an Austin accent or a Houston accent or a Dallas accent and a Houston accent. And there it's like a 5-hour drive, right? From Houston to Dallas is like a 5-hour drive. You're not going to hear a difference in accents in a 5-hour drive. Now, You'll hear a different in accent between Houston and, let's say, Lufkin, Texas, which is East Texas. It's only like an hour and a half away. And there's a big difference in like a Houston, Texas accent and a Lufkin, an hour and a half away, East Texas. It's very redneck accent. So the one for crying I'd not heard, but think all the others. I find the Brummie accent the best because they always sound confused. LOL, that wasn't me. I know it looks like it, but I swear. See, no, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. As soon as you come back, he's gone. As soon as you leave, he shows up, and then as soon as you come back, he's gone. So we don't believe you. You were not quick enough on the switching of accounts. It was your brother. It was Cisco's twin, Disco. Oh, let's get some price action going, man. The whole world's sitting here waiting for these numbers to come out. The whole world. And we're finding out in 3 minutes, everybody's finally going to be able to like. How many people are short, right? Like literally in a trade right now, they've pushed a button and they've just said, you know what? I don't care what happens. No stop loss. Let's just throw that up there. This thing's tanking. And they're just in a trade right now. Right now, they're in a trade. They're either short or long, and they're just no stop loss, no nothing. They're in a position, and they're just sitting there biting their fingernails for the next 2 minutes waiting for this thing to happen. Totally gambling. A bunch of them. A bunch of people. I promise you. Cisco, Google it because I don't know. Like 2 hours on a fast train, I think. 4-hour drive. A 4-hour drive, that's basically from like Houston to Dallas. But you can literally go an hour and a half to 2 hours outside of Houston into East Texas, and you're going to get a completely redneck experience. And there's people out there that you're not going to be able to understand. Their southern drawls and their redneck talk is so hillbilly that it's like they're from a different planet. 500 kilometers. Or yeah, John, you're right. They've just got a straddle. They've got a cell stop down here. And they've got a buy stop up here. And then they're going to be right no matter what. Until this wicks them up, gets them in, and then shoots down, stops them out, gets them in, and then wicks back up and stops them out again. Here we go. Here we go. Look at it. Everybody's getting in and out. We got 20 seconds. Look at it whipping around. Look at it whipping around. It's so fun. It's so fun. People on the edge of their seats. Here we go. There goes. Oh, wick down. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Blast off. Blast off. What did we get? Inflation rate year over year, slightly lower than anticipated. Core inflation rate came in, it was forecast at 4.1, came in at 4, so it dropped just a little bit. Everything came in slightly lower than anticipated, so that's as anticipated, a shot up, taking out last week's high and closing in this monthly fair value gap and trying to reach up into this weekly fair value gap. And my guess is we get up into here, into this daily, and then we'll see if we get any kind of resistance off of that. Pound shooting up, dollar dropping aggressively. We'll see what that wants to do. There's the gold ripping higher. Bitcoin, not really much of a reaction there on Bitcoin. Pound yen ripping higher. Pound Aussie dropped like a rock off of that weekly fair value gap there. Aussie just really shot up too. Oil shooting up. All right, so now we'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. But now that we've reached up into these higher time frame draws on liquidity, we're going to watch and see if this is a trap of some kind or if it wants to continue. Could be a potential high of the week here on Tuesday. If not, could be tomorrow. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. So even though inflation, they were anticipating 3.3% inflation. It came in at 3.2%. It just means that inflation is still up. It's not like inflation dropped. Right? It's not like inflation went away. It's still there. It's just not as inflated as it used to be. It's still inflated. Euro dollar ripping up higher here into these higher time frame PD arrays. This weekly, hey babe, weekly fair value gap, and this is an inverted fair value gap here. So this weekly fair value gap here was traded through. We're now coming back up into it. And inside of that inverted fair value gap, you have a daily fair value gap. $70 pip range in 1 minute. That's why you don't trade news. Exactly right. Inflation is coming down, so less chances of more rate hikes by Fed is my assumption, but I think we can always make whatever story fits the price action. I mean, that's basically it. If the market thinks that they're going to be done with rate hikes because inflation's coming down, then that would be bad. That would create some weakness for the dollar. Thing is that their goal is 2% inflation. That's what their goal is, and it's still over 3%. And who can actually believe these numbers? If you live out in the real world, you still, I promise you, here in the States, I have so many friends I've talked to that are like, we're beyond paycheck to paycheck at this point. It's inflation's killer. Groceries are still super high. It costs so much to feed my family. Insurance is outrageous right now and going up. It's just everywhere. Everything has gone up extremely high, and the income has not kept up. The income does not correlate, and so see a lot of people getting second, third jobs, whatever, just to try to sustain themselves. All right, so we're gonna watch this 15-minute candle print. Oh yeah, it's all manipulated, Dunamis. 100%, it's all completely manipulated. It says what they want it to say, so that they can make themselves look good. They say what they need it to say. If they need it to be bad to create a disaster so that they can fix it, that's what they're going to do. And if they need it to be good so that they can try to convince everyone. That's the problem with it, is that you see these numbers, but then you live and your personal experience in life is completely opposite of the number that they're telling you is there. And so that's why it's like you don't believe it. You can't believe it. You're like, that's not true. I can literally walk down to the grocery store right now. I can literally show you my bills. I can show you, the receipts. It's not true. My euro yen buy just got tagged in, so fingers crossed from here. Yeah, groceries are super high, and profit margin for grocery stores are razor thin. It's like the average grocery store profit is 3% or 5% or something? It is very, very small, typically. It's not like a 30% profit margin on groceries. It's very small. I mean, so basically what I would want to see here is just a run of liquidity and then displacement away. That's really what I want to see. We've obviously got the run of liquidity. Euro dollar has aggressively taken out last week's high. Dollar is just now approaching last week's low. So again, with the DXY not falling aggressively as euro is rising. $2%, and maybe it is 2% profit margin. Looks like our retail indicator is broken. Everybody on retail was right. This is going up. It did shoot up. If you had a sell stop here, you got tagged in and then got immediately whipped out. If you had an order set and your stop was right under there, you got whipped out and you missed the move. Into that weekly inverted fair value gap here. We got about 7 more minutes on this 15-minute candle, and then we'll watch and wait and see what kind of reaction we get off of this liquidity run. Gold pumping right up into this daily order block here. See, we'll just see how, if the dollar wants to find strength, as this was just a liquidity run. You're going to find out here pretty quick. GJ just ripping through those highs and reaching for this swing. We've got 2 higher time frame liquidity levels here on GJ. And pound Aussie. Some really clean highs on the weekly time frame there on Aussie dollar. Who's messaging me and why? Leave me alone. All right, I'm gonna stay on probably. I'll finish out this 15-minute candle and then we'll probably call it a day. I'm not anticipating taking a trade today. I mean, after you see a big move like this, the chances that you're going to get any kind of decent setup are fairly slim. The only one I might be interested in is this pound Aussie trade. You've grabbed that buy side liquidity, tapped into that weekly fair value gap. Aussie's going to be strong here, and if Aussie's going to be strong and try to run that liquidity, pound Aussie will probably be weak. So you might be able to get find a breaker, last down close candles. You would just have to pick where you wanted to put your breaker there, and then target either 1 to 2 or just the lows. Might be a good setup here on pound Aussie. So I don't even have that. I need to get that set up there. Oops, sorry about that. Probably looking at someone like this. Something like that. All right, guys, we're going to call it there. Fun times on the stream watching, doing nothing today, but it was a joy hanging out with you guys as always. So thank you for being here and watching and being a part of it. Anything happens, we'll post it up on the Discords. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'll post any London session setups I have on the Discord as well. So watch that for that later today or tonight, depending on where you're at. I'll try and post those as well. But for now, you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. Don't try to rush and do a trade. Let this all kind of play out and settle down on those dollar correlated pairs at least. And yeah, we'll go from there. So you guys have a great day. Happy hunting, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Adios, y'all.